What is up, YouTube? It's Isaiah back again. We got my boy Xavier here again. Gonna do another interview, I guess you could call it, slash podcast. But we were just talking, we were just up talking about I was analyzing some of his deals and we were just having a conversation, being real, and I was like, you know what, we should record this because I'm sure y'all would want to hear something like this. But so how long have we been working together?
It's been like maybe like 4 or 5 months.
4 or 5 months?
I feel like since September,
Really? You sure?
September, October, November, December. So four.
Okay. And how many deals have you closed in that time?
Just one.
Just one?
Just one.
And that was for 9,000.
Yep, 9,500.
Okay. So what has the growth been like since since you joined me, like since we first started working together to like now? Like just talk about some of the key growth points or the changes in your mindset in your daily life, how you've approached wholesaling, what you've been going through, the lessons you've learned, the life lessons you've learned. Like, just pick out like one or two and let's just talk about them.
I'd say that the one thing that recently has shifted is definitely my mindset towards positivity. I would I call you a lot, be like, bro, this ain't going good. These sellers are this, these realtors are that. Like,
What
and
was
you're
that
just like,
like when you were calling me? I remember those. We both. But for the people watching this, like, what was going through your mind? What was that look? What would that look like when you called me? You would say what, and how are you feeling, and about why? Why were you doing that?
it'd be like because so the last 2 months I had like 5 deals fall through, and I'm just like, dude, like, why can't I find buyers? Why did no one want these deals? You know, just kind of complaining about my situation, and you're just like, bro, you're still learning, you're still working through the hard times, right? You haven't been doing this long enough to you know, really start questioning why it's not working.
That's what I'm telling
Maybe if it
you.
was, yeah, maybe if it's like, if I was like 5 years in and I had seen no results, then it's like, okay, maybe we need to switch something up. But like, you already got the first deal working with me, uh, maybe like 20 days in. And so now it's like, I'm at that point where I'm taking the information you give me and putting it into work, right? Because like I was doing something totally different when I was off on my own. But now that I'm with you, it's like you do this, and this,
What
and
changed?
a
What
combination of
changed?
these
What changed
will
from when you
equal.
were doing it on your own? You said it like you were doing something different, and then when you met me, you started doing new stuff. Like, so what was the difference? What was the change?
So one major change I think was when I was on my own, I would set a goal to hit 150 to 200 dials a day. Didn't matter how many people I talked to, didn't matter how many offers I made, but like that goal was to hit 150 to 200 calls per day.
That's
So
what
it's
you were
like
doing on
I,
your
I
own.
can make those calls, talk to two people the whole day, right? And it's just like, that's not helping you. You're just like, dude, you need to talk to 20 people every day and make 3 offers every day. Since I've been talking to more people, I've gotten better on the phones. I've gotten better with sales, gotten better with negotiations. And it's like right now, it seems like every other day I'm getting something locked up. And if I was still making those 200 calls, talking to maybe like 5, 10 people a day, that would I wouldn't be where I'm at right now, right? I wouldn't have contracts locked up like I do right now. And like I was just at that point, I was just spinning my wheels, right? Because it's like I might have learned how to dial fast, but like
You
I
got
didn't learn
dialers
how
for
to
that.
I didn't learn how to talk to people really. And it's not like I wasn't talking to anybody. Like I was talking to people, I was getting leads and whatnot, but like it was very slow because like I'm just pulling list off batch of like absentee owner, high equity, you know how it is. And I'm just calling on those leads. I wasn't using a dialer. I was hand dialing and like it wasn't in my benefit to be doing that.
So,
And
so after you, I'm sorry. So after you changed that, you made that change, right?
right.
You stopped running in circles and doing things that made you feel busy, but really you were getting nowhere. You started focusing on the
Mm-hmm.
actual income producing activities, and you would say the results drastically increased, or like how
Oh,
many
for sure.
contracts were you
Bro,
getting? How many
I've never
contracts?
had eight.
You said what?
No, you,
I
you
was
go.
saying, how many contracts did you get signed when you were doing what you were doing versus, how many you have now, or
Maybe three.
maybe three when you were doing your thing?
Maybe three.
Maybe three. And then now you got
And right
how
now,
many
I
contracts
got I got eight right now.
you have eight contracts signed right now
Eight
simultaneously.
simultaneously. I got them all written right here on my whiteboard.
Mhm. And
And I
how
mean, by the end of this month, I plan on having at least gotten 15 contracts locked up. Like that's my goal for this month is to have 15 contracts locked up this month, either closing this month or closing in January or February. Like I got some of the contracts right now. I have their novations, and I got their closing date set out to February right now. So it's like I got some time on these deals. I'm having realtors call me every day right now.
how so hold on. You said you have some novations. How many contracts or deals that you have right now that are novations?
Um, one, two, three, four, five, six novations right now.
And how many of them are listed on the MLS?
All of them except for one right now. I'm
And
still working on getting a realtor in Indiana that can
and how did you learn how
get
to
this
do
through.
that?
You,
That's what's up. I just had
I
to
called
flex.
you.
I just had to flex
I
real
called you
quick.
one.
Just had
I
to flex.
called you one day. And I was like, bro, this guy's not gonna take this discount, but I know if the property was listed, it would definitely sell. And you're like, okay, this is what you're gonna do. You're gonna take this. You sent me like two different like paragraphs of what I needed to put into the contract. You sent me an example. You're just like, get as much of a decrease as you can, and then get this guy locked up. Set the expectations, but get him locked up. And I set the expectations. I let him know we're gonna market the property either through private network of investors, or we're gonna get it listed. And so he was like, "Okay, sounds good to me. I want to move anyways." And he wasn't even living there. He had relatives living there, just renting from him. So like that was like I guess a perfect recipe for getting that thing locked up.
So another thing I want to touch on is just really, because I've been teaching for not too long, about a year now, and I've seen students, very successful students, and I recognize when there's that flip and there's that flip in the mind where they're like starting to fully adopt the entrepreneur mindset and the perception needed, right? AKA maybe a growth mindset to like really, start getting the hang of this. And I could tell you, and there's one other student right now, Kim Yu, he's going through the same thing, but y'all are starting to, your vibration is raised to a new frequency and you're starting to just get used to running a business. That's really what it is. If I could put it in simplest terms, I could tell that you're getting used to running a business. And at first, like you said, when you would call me, you weren't used to business yet. You weren't used to running a business. You still fully aren't. Like, there's way more bull crap that you got to go through, but like you're
Mhm.
getting the hang and the understanding of the lifestyle of being an entrepreneur who owns a business. It's bull crap every day, stress every day, problems every day, fires you got to put out every day. Nothing goes as planned. It's every day for, I mean, not every day, but like out of nowhere, man, every now and then something will pop off. You feel like you're on top of the world. Like you literally feel like you're a millionaire, you're rich. And then the next day, the next week, whatever, next month, you don't know. Like now you're like, how am I going to pay rent? So,
Right.
but that's also the early stages of entrepreneurship as well. I mean, you will face that no matter what level you get to, even if you're a billionaire, it's just going to be framed different. But yeah, another part of entrepreneurship is leveling it out, knowing how to prepare yourself, knowing that there's going to be downtimes no matter what. You knowing that there's going to be things that pop up that happen. Now you're prepared for them. You have your sets, for when something bad happens. But yeah, just so talk about, I want to talk about you. I want to hear you talk about you getting used to business, you not looking at it as like it's an issue every day. It's actually just part of it. Kind of just describe like that mindset and how you feel wholesaling right now, getting used to it.
Yeah. So I think when I first started, I would I would definitely call you a lot more with just like I don't want to say complaining, but like I just didn't know what I was doing. I didn't really know what to do. And you're just like, dude, like pain is good. You know, all this stuff that you're, telling me about, it's necessary. All of it's necessary. These deals falling through, you're gonna having to call back sellers and renegotiate. It's all necessary. Like I got a deal right now with the your your boy that you put me on to, Abel. I I got the seller down to 120. I was like, let me call my man's, make sure he wants to go on this. Called her back 30 minutes to an hour later. She tells me someone else gave her offer for 140. We're just like, we gotta get this locked up. So I call her back. I offered her 1,000 more than the other guy. We have to go back to her this weekend and we're gonna ask her for a price decrease. I'm not even scared of that anymore. Like
Yep.
3 weeks ago, I was like, oh, I gotta get a price decrease. Like, I'm sitting there just like I'd sit there for like 10, 15 minutes trying to psych myself up, like, gonna go good. They're not gonna yell at you. And now it's just like, if they do, they do. If they don't, they don't. Like, I'm
Yeah.
still gonna say what I have to say. Like
Yeah. That's
I
right.
gotta get the price decrease.
That's
And I
right.
mean, where it's at right now, it's still probably a deal. You can still probably make some good money on it. But like to make it worth it because we're gonna be splitting it, it's like, let's go for that price decrease, right? If if I had if I had been more, I guess, confident in my numbers, I would have locked it up on that call and not have called Abel after and asked him, if it's a good deal. But it was an area I wasn't really familiar with. I know he does a lot of deals in that area. So it's like, let me just make sure. And I mean, we still got it locked up, but now we got to do a little bit of work on it right now. And I mean, I have no problem with calling her up and letting her know, like, things got to change, right? We're still planning on closing. We still like the house and everything, but we got to make some tweaks here and there. And 3 weeks ago, if I hadn't had canceled those deals or had to go back and ask for a price decrease, I'd be scared right now. I'd be thinking about it in the back of my head all day long. But like, it doesn't bother me. Like, it's just another conversation. I'm gonna say what I need to say, let her know, like, hey, like, the house was, fire damage. So like we're gonna have to come down. And because I had those struggles in the past, I'm prepared, and I guess I'm more confident that
Yeah.
I can get it done.
So also, even though you haven't got a deal in a little minute, are you stressing about not getting a deal?
No, no, and,
Why?
and that's another thing. Like, I'd be calling you, just be like, dude, like, nothing's hitting right now, nothing's hitting right now. And you're just like, bro, you're not. First of all, you need to start being more positive.
I was like, first
And
of all,
that,
stop the like, stop,
bro.
just stop calling me with this negative shit. That's what I was like. First of all right, we're gonna stop this right now because honestly, that's where I started making money. That's I remember it like it was yesterday. I did the same thing. I just committed to my. Nobody was around me though to tell me this. I was just self-aware
Mhm.
enough to know, like, you know what? I'm always negative, complaining. Like, I don't care what's happening anymore. I'm just gonna be positive. And from that day on, son, that month, it was November of 2023, got 13 contracts signed. Look at you. Same thing, right?
And that's what I'm going for. I'm going for 15 this month. And I mean, I'm I'm more than halfway there already, you know, with 2 more weeks left of the month.
Yeah.
And that was the thing. Like you were just like, bro, just like stop with the negativity. Stop it. Just cut it out. No more negativity. And then you also said stop saying but because I'd be like, oh da 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 da, but this is happening too. You're just like, cut it out. And that was maybe like 3 weeks ago, 3 weeks to a month ago.
How many contracts did you
And
have then?
what happened?
How many contracts did you have before you made that positive change?
I had four, and three of them fell through. I was able to negotiate the one that fell through. Well, there was four total. Three of them I had to cancel. One of them I was able to renegotiate for novation. And that was probably like the start of like it's about to pick up. Like if I can take a bad contract, turn it into novation, now I got it on the market. Bro, for the last 3 days, realtors have been calling me, hey, when can we get into the house? We want to see the house. I got some buyers that want to see the house. And it's like, okay, this John's gonna close. I just gotta give it some time. It's gonna close. It's at a good price. You know, it's it's low key $75,000 under this estimate already. Where it's at listed, I got it locked up at half this estimate already, and now it's like I put on like 30 grand, and then threw it on the market,
Wow.
and now I got realtors, bro. It's like realtors are calling me. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm usually picking up the phone. Hey, you got a buyer that wants this property over here? Now they're calling me like, yo, when can we get into this house? We got buyers that want to see it.
So
So
also,
it's
also I wanted to say back to because it wasn't just being positive. It wasn't just being positive that made you now you're not worried about a deal. Even though there's no deal set to close right now,
Mhm.
you're not worried about that shit. So let's think logically too. So we got the positivity, which is a big thing, but why else are you not worried about getting a deal? Like you're gonna get a deal, but I'm saying like why are you not stressed about am I gonna get it or not?
It was another thing that you told me. You were like, you're doing the things that are gonna make you money. So it's not if the money's gonna come, it's when. And that was another big thing that you told me. I'm just like, man, he's right. Like, if I just keep talking to these sellers, keep locking up deals, somewhere along the way, one of them's gonna close. Maybe two are gonna close. Maybe three or four are gonna close. You know what I'm saying? Like, keep doing the activities that will produce money,
Income
and the
producing
money
activities.
will come.
Correct.
And I'm just like we were talking about earlier. Like my vibration is just higher. Like I don't I don't really worry about bad stuff that happens because no matter where I am, it's gonna happen, right? Even if I was out there, pumping gas, like something bad's gonna happen. Like it's not just gonna just me just putting the nozzle into the car, right? Something's gonna happen. And so I'd rather be where I'm now doing what I'm doing versus working a 9 to 5 and having to deal with a whole bunch of people giving me orders. Right now, I can just work at a consistent pace where it's like maybe I didn't get a contract today, but I'll get one tomorrow or maybe the next day. But like regardless, I'm gonna get a contract. Regardless, a contract's gonna close. And I'm no longer in that negative mindset where I'm just like thinking of everything that's not going good, right? I'm not, sitting there pondering like, you know, why is this deal falling through? Why is this deal falling through? I don't know. I just my my mindset shift has definitely been a plus because like also I'll be like talking to like family members and they'll be like, "What's going on with you? Like, why you sound down?" I was like, nothing's like, leave me alone. Like, I got shit on my mind. But now it's just like, if they ask me, I'm just like, I got a big deal closing. I got something coming through. Like, I'm selling this, I'm selling that. Like, and it's picked up, and I'm just no longer in that mindset where it's just negative.
Yeah.
Everything's positive right now. I look at everything as a positive, right? Even if it seems negative, it's positive because I'm gonna take that experience and use it in the future.
That's correct.
You know?
That's correct. I want to, and this is what I do, or this is the goal of a coach is to just see that growth and just to be able to perceive growth, right? So I could like just from this conversation that we've been recording, you started off doing the wrong thing, then I just corrected your actions. Then your mind was fighting against you while doing those actions. And then you learned like, okay, you got to get your mind in check because you're doing the right actions. I'm telling you, trust me. So then you fix your mind and you started doing the right actions with the right mindset. Now, like you built up to that point, weeks and weeks and weeks, built up to finally this point. And so now that you're to this point, you also have skill. You're also doing the volume. You're increasing the amount of luck you could potentially have. So you just got to this point you're growing, and that's I just love to see that growth because a guru or something, I have nothing against whoever, whatever, but a guru or something who just wants to get a buck quick, they'll make you get that after that $9,000 closed. You could what is it called? Re you could up the mentorship. You could pay what is it called? When you redo something. I was like, all right, you could pay me for step two. You could pay me again for step two. I could have did that. You see the results,
I got a
instant
seller calling.
results. You made $9,000 in 20 days. This is proof. You know
Should I pick this up?
what? Who is it?
I got a seller calling.
Which seller? Fuck. Pick it up. See what happens. Don't be too long though.
Hello? There we were. Hey Scott, how you doing? Things been signed and sent back to you. Oh, you signed it and sent it back? Awesome. I'm gonna get this thing over to the title company in the morning. Okay, well, I'm gonna take a quick trip along. I might be talking out my ass. The daughter went ahead, finally came back. Okay. About an hour and a half. Okay. Got you. So your daughter helped you get it signed? Yeah. That's the ugliest signature I've ever made. Oh, don't worry about that. As long as they can read it, the title company, we're good. Sometimes you gotta hit it with your fingernail. Sometimes you gotta hit it with your fingers. That is true. So can I help you with anything else tonight, or you just let me know that you got to sign? That's the thing I'm looking for. I just pulled it up in my email. I got it. Okay, well, in that case, we're over there. Good. Yep, everything's good on my end. Okay. Awesome. Thank you, Scott. All right, you have a good night. Yes, sir. We'll get this done soon. What's up? Tell people on wait till you get the bill. I'm not worried about the bill. I got you covered. Awesome. Talk to you soon. All right. Thank you. Have a good one. Oh, hey, question. What's up? Are you on the second one? On South Bend? No. On what? The other lot. I gotta do a little more digging in that lot and kind of see what the home values are. And I mean, if it's I think they're triple. You think they're triple? Yeah. That's what you hope. Um, let me look into that second lot, and I will definitely I'll call you tomorrow about it about the second lot, and then I'm also waiting for my builder to get back to me on the one in South Bend. So hopefully I'll have two updates for you. All right, thank you. Talk to you tomorrow. Talk to you tomorrow. Bye bye. Bye bye. And see, bro, this guy, he was a lead from the cold callers. He was asking for 20. I offered 15. We met in the middle at 17.5. Through conversation, he's got another lot he wants me to buy, and he's got a house in South Bend he wants to sell with two lots connected to it. And it's like, I would have never asked, if he had, other land or other properties he wants to sell if I hadn't been doing this enough. Some people are going to be like, oh, okay, you don't want to take my offer price. Boom. I'll never call you back. But I gave it a week, called them back this week, got it locked up tonight. I called them yesterday, got it locked up tonight.
Yeah.
And it's just
I just
the
got a
vibrations
contract
is just
signed.
vibing.
I just got a contract signed today as well too, a novation as well.
It's
So
there.
yeah, so it's all a part of it. So I think that's a good way to end this podcast slash whatever this video. But yeah,
Yeah.
you got them. So yeah, it just goes into like we were just talking about all that, and then out of nowhere, boom, you just got a contract signed, which is absolutely insane. And it just goes to show
You
like
know,
all that shit is real.
it's scripted, y'all.
That ain't scripted. That's crazy. But yeah, you got it from the cold callers. If y'all want the cold callers, okay, redcc.com, use code MaloneSon1 to get $50 off. You got
I
$50
gotta
off?
get me a code.
Oh, okay, yeah. Do you have $50 off? How much do you pay?
I think it's like 12.5.
Okay, shouldn't be 12.50. As long as it's like 1200 or something. You probably get that
Yeah.
$5 taken off. But yeah, if y'all want that, look, if y'all want to be a student, just book a call with the link below, but only book a call if you're serious. Only book a call if you're serious. Please do not book a
If you're
call.
serious,
Yeah, do not book a call to ask me questions. Okay. I give away as much information as I possibly can on my YouTube channel. Literally give away a free course, free script, free contract, free info, free value, everything. So if you like this video, make sure to hit the like button, comment, subscribe. I'm dropping weekly videos about wholesaling real estate, self-improvement, and just life in general. That's it. Let's end this.